BlogTalk Radio.
What's going on, Bully World? This is Zeb. I'm your host of Bully Talk with Zeb Pitts. And tonight, my special co-host is Mike of East and West Kennels. And tonight, we're going to be interviewing Mr. Manuel Haynes, the owner of Daxagi. He's also a USBR judge and has a lot of experience and history in the American bully world. And we're going to get his insight on a lot of issues involved in the bully world. His thoughts on where the breed is headed. His insight on the USBR and many more topics involved in the bully world. What's going on, Mike?
Hey, how's everything going, Zach?
I'm great, man. Hey, man, your boy had to take a nap, man. I just woke up like about 20 minutes ago, man. I'm getting old, man.
Get turned up because it's crazy, man. There's a lot of people listening in right now. I want to give a shout-out to everybody who's out there positive in the exotic movement, the American bully movement, the bulldog movement. Man, if you got a dog on a leash, I got mad respect for you. We need a lot of people out here to know that we got love for the breed. You know, this is not about a registry. This is about dogs. This is about people's lives. We want to change people's lives and the perception of the dogs, you know? So let's get it in. Let's get it turned up today.
Hey, I just see Manuel called in now. Let's get him on the line right now.
Get him in.
What's going on, guys?
Manuel.
Hey, what's
How
going
you
on,
doing,
guys?
sir?
I'm blessed, man. How's everything?
Everything's good, man. We glad to have you on tonight, man.
It's an honor. It's an honor.
Manuel, you know, we want to get it in. We appreciate the time that you're taking out to come on here. You know, we want you to give a little bit of insight. I mean, in terms of the American bully, if you didn't capture what was going on the last couple of minutes, but we want you to, give a little bit of insight, your take on the American bully, man. And Zeb, jump in. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Oh, no, it's all good. You know how we always like to, for people to get to know our guests, man. Well, tell them, man, where you originally from?
I'm originally from Biloxi, Mississippi.
Really? How was life growing up in Biloxi, Mississippi?
It was great, man, because Biloxi is right there on the beach. You know, white sand beach. You know, 3 parts of Biloxi surrounded by water. So you get up 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, go out and catch breakfast, fish and grits for breakfast, That's how we do it down south. Yep, I've been out in Cali, though. I've been out in Cali since I was 14, so I went to high school and everything in California. So, yeah, I've been here for a while.
How did you make your way out Cali?
Say again?
How did you make your way out Cali?
My father's a pastor, and he moved the whole family out here to pastor a church in Los Angeles on 101st and Avalon, right there in South Central, and we relocated all the way to the West Coast.
Right in the heart of the love.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I've been here ever since. I go home at least once a year and go back to Mississippi,
Because you said your father was a pastor, correct?
Yes. He's been pastoring over 50 years.
Yes. Were you involved in doing civil rights movement during that time?
So my father?
Yes.
No, my father was, when he was pastor back in Mississippi, he was, involved in that, of course, because he's biracial, he's half white. And so, my grandmother, was owned by my grandfather on my father's side. So just how close, civil rights comes, in my bloodline. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I wanted to, because I can imagine that was a very, was interesting during that time down in the South, and especially during that time.
Oh, yeah, many nights my father sat up all night long on the porch with a shotgun, protecting his family,
Crazy.
Was that one? Yeah. Was that one of the reasons to make the move out west?
No, the main thing was because he was pastoring and he wanted to. Because in Biloxi was pretty segregated. It was nice, But Macomb, where I was born, deeper in the country, is when they had a lot of racism out there back in those days. So, it was a better living, better education for his children, better opportunities. So he relocated his whole family out here. So it was a good move, I believe. Well, it's a blessing to be on here talking to you guys. That's for sure.
When did you get involved with the bullies?
I started breeding bullies probably about 14 years ago. I'm a dog man. I've always bred dogs. I started breeding registered dogs when I was like 18, 19 years old.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Let the people know.
Yeah, I've bred. I used to breed German import German Shepherds. I bred Doberman Pinschers. I bred Rockwallers and also Japanese Akitas. And I started going to dog shows at a very young age also. They used to have the Beverly Hills Dog Show at the Sports Arena in downtown L.A. They used to have an ABKC, Beverly Hills Dog Show. And, you know, there was like 100 dogs of each and every breed. And that made my love grow even stronger for the dogs. So I've been breeding bullies for about, like I said, about 14 years. One of my sons talked me into it because at first I believed the hype like everyone else, with the media, the dangerous dogs and not good family dogs. But once I, listened to my son and started going around doing my homework, going to different kennels, I fell in love, man. It was love at first sight.
Let me ask you, man, before you got into the American Bully, what was your favorite breed to deal with?
German Shepherds, man. I love German imports. Schitzen bloodlines, police dogs. Most intelligent dog I ever had.
Belgium riot dogs. Those are like the Dutch riot dogs, right?
Yeah. The bloodline I did was straight imported from Germany. So I had a friend that lived in Riverside, a guy that imported dogs directly from Germany, already Schitzen trained. And so that's when I, started working with German Shepherds. I love German Shepherds. But once I got into the bullies, I had to put the German Shepherds to the side, man, because one thing about bullies, man, they come in all sizes and all colors. So you can't go wrong with that.
What was the first bloodline you were dealing with?
Say again?
What was the first bloodline you...
At the same time.
Sorry, Mike. No, I was asking what was the first bloodline you started dealing with when you got into the bullies?
Believe it or not, it was Eddie from Blue Line. Was one of the first guys I got a registered bully from. And then Ed Shepard. Got in line. I bought a 21 blackjack son named Jackpot. And after that, I was hooked. I was hooked for life.
Well, let me ask you a question. What do you see the difference in the caliber of dogs then compared to now? And what some people would say, the American Bully rode off of the American Pit Bull Terrier. And now some people are saying that the exotics are riding off of the American Bully. What would you say to something like that?
Believe it or not, part of that is true because the American Bully does, did derive from the American Pit Bull Terrier. Because your dog had to have, be UKC registered, first of all, to become, registered as American Bully in the ABKC.
Okay.
But somewhere down the line, of course, there are other breeds mixed in with it. To change the look and also to change the temperament.
I'm sorry, what did you say? I didn't hear you.
I said somewhere down the line there's been other breeds mixed into it, the American Pit Bull Terrier, to change the look. Because if that wasn't the case, everybody would still be breeding dogs that look like ADBA dogs, that game dog style. But you could tell that the breed is totally different now because it's reformed. That's, in my opinion, all bloodlines did a little something different just to change the look and also to change the temperament of the dog.
Oh, you mean like what they used to do with ADBA dogs back in the day?
Right.
They would sneak a little something extra in there so nobody would know exactly what they had?
Exactly. Because you can't get one look to change that, that much without doing something different. It has to be something a little different. It's just that, in my opinion, not nowadays, people are still doing that, which is totally giving some of these dogs a look that doesn't even compare to American Bully.
Okay.
So let me ask you, Manuel, do you agree with what the standards say in the UKC as far as they're saying it has this in it and that in it?
Well, you got to remember the Pit Bull Terrier comes from a lot of different dogs bred together to begin with.
Thank you.
That's what created the American Pit Bull Terrier.
Thank you.
As far as the standards,
and if you go back and look at pictures from the late 1800s, early 1900s, go look at some of the dogs, and they look like some of the dogs that are out right now.
Yeah, exactly.
They had smash muzzles. They were small, compact. Some of them dogs look like some of the dogs that are out right now.
It's a different variety. That's what I love about the American Bully. It's the variety. It's the variety. That's what I love about it. And now we have the exotics. You know, some of them are very nice, and some of them are a little overdone. But it's all preference. It's all about what you know, what type of dog you want to have.
You got exotics and then you got micros. There's two different. Like that's like a whole different thing, you know. And when you talk to some of the people that have exotics and you talk to some of the people who have micros, those are like two totally different things. I'm going to tell you right now, because I talk to a lot of people, Manuel, and a lot of people say that your dog is exotic, you know, because you got Dax, some people have questioned, and you got Miyagi that some people have questioned, and some registries won't even recognize. But at the end of the day, is your dog an American Bully, or is it an exotic? I want to hear from your mouth, from the owner of Daxagi.
My dog's an American Bully all day long.
Okay. So how do you feel in terms of, you know, different registries, you know, have different criterias of what an American Bully should be? Some might say, let's play the devil's advocate, some might say that, you know, the original registry was the ABKC, and they have the format to the American Bully, and they have the book of champions to the American Bully. And, you know, dogs that have Miyagi that have been, you know, basically shunned from being registered within their registry. What do you have to say about stuff like that?
The problem I have with it is the reason why you're not allowed to register, you know, Miyagi blood with the ABKC. You know, you've heard the rumors, you know, different stories of why, you know, a problem that Dave and you know, George had. And then you hear that Miyagi has a legitimate brother who's an ABKC champion. Right.
Revy, which I've seen both dogs before, Miyagi and Revy.
Right. So that kind of like, it's a little confusing, you know, in my opinion. But that's why I love working with a registry right now that does accept Miyagi blood dogs. And don't get me wrong, I have produced ABKC champions, you know, several of them, you know, but right now I'm working along with the USBR. And that's where I can show my dog if I desire to show him, you know.
Well, let me ask you a question. Some people might say that your dog, you know, might be considered exotic, but back, you know, several years ago, before the word even came about, there was dogs that were called freaks. Mm-hmm. And those were dogs out of the litter that everybody wanted, right? So would you consider your dog like a freak? Because he's an abnormal dog, and that's what I like is a bully dog. You know, when people ever ask me, what do you want in the pocket, extreme? I'll be like, Daxagi, straight up.
What's funny is that I get a lot of people come over and to see him, and the first thing that come out of their mouth is that he looks like a cartoon dog, you know, because he's so muscular in the chest area, and the bone, in the head, and the neck, you know. So I crack up about that. But see, one of my favorite dogs, in my opinion, that was a king of extreme was Corrupt. You know, Corrupt had a look that was totally different than anything else that was going on back in that day. So, you know, and then Daxagi goes back to Corrupt. So he has Corrupt blood, and he also has Paco blood in it.
And some people might question that Corrupt is considered an exotic dog too, or a freak of the litter.
Mm-hmm. Some people do question that, because if you look at Corrupt, you look at his brother, you know, they had a totally different look.
Now, can you explain to the people, because there are a lot of people tuned in right now, can you please explain to the people how in a litter you can have something that's called consistency, and then you have something that's called basically a litter that none of them look alike, and a lot of people can't seem to understand that. I kind of look at it in a way like the human race. You know, I can have brothers and sisters that were, you know, that look like me and resemble me, but they ain't me. Exactly. Even there's twins that come out and they're nocturnal. You know, they look different. You know, there's a difference. I want you to explain to people in terms of that, because some people say, you know, oh, this dog might not be off this litter, it's questionable. Oh, how can this dog not look like this dog? This dog is 14 inches and this dog is 17 inches. It's called scattered litter. Mm-hmm. Explain that, please.
I'll give you a perfect example. With my family, you know, being that, you know, we are, you know, multi race. Some of us are Spanish looking. Some of us are very light, you know, light bright as we call it. And some are chocolate. You know, there's a variety. One thing about when you do a breeding, you never know what genes are going to dominate. So some people are dominate stronger than others. That's why some dogs, you have a litter, some dogs look like an extreme dog or, an exotic, and then some of them look like a show dog. Because in a litter, the majority of the time, different genes dominate. So you can have a dog, you could DA the whole litter, and the DNA matches, but still you have totally different looking dogs.
Now let's just play devil's advocate. Mm-hmm. You've heard of dual sire litters, right?
Right.
Well, nowadays a lot of people say that a lot of these dogs are dual sired. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that's a possibility that could be going on within the bully world. A lot of people don't DNA their dogs. A lot of people don't want to DNA their dogs. Right. But is it a possibility? Is that something that's been going on for decades? In your opinion?
So. Yeah, I believe so. But see, how many kennels, one thing about me, I tell people all the time, you're welcome to come to my house and DNA every dog that I own, all the dogs that I own and all the dogs I produce, because I know what they are.
Talk about it.
But how many guys are willing to do that? Not too many in the game. Usually only the OGs are the ones that are willing to do that, because sometimes, things get mixed up. Then sometimes people buy a dog from someone else, they don't really know, what's really behind their dog. All you can do is go by a person's word and what the pedigree says.
Let me ask you another question. Speaking on pedigrees, right? So when you look at dogs, you got some people that call people just on pedigrees, right?
Right.
I call them pedigree chasers. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people inbox me. It's funny, on Facebook, they won't go and they won't jump on my posts and won't see anything. But I'll get, average 10, 15 inboxes a day. People used to call me a lot to want to breed to Manly. A lot of people know that he's closed. A lot of people don't know. Right. I open up occasionally outside because I want to know what I'm producing in house so I can stand by my product.
Right.
When you look at a lot of these dogs nowadays, a lot of people don't stand behind their product. Do you think that a lot of people have dropped the ball in terms of contracts and, like people say, people jumping into the game because they want to get fame from it, or it's a hustle? Isn't this more of a lifestyle? It's not about hustling your dog. Let me ask you a question. Is your dog open to the public right now?
Right now he is, yes. But see,
how much is he going
selective for? Breedings.
Oh, how much is he going for?
His stud fee is $3,500 right now.
So you telling me if I go with $3,500 to you right now, and I got a dog, no matter what it is, you're gonna breed to it?
Oh no, approved female.
Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you do that?
I'm trying to, like I said, preserve my dog. I don't want, because people don't understand that whenever my dog produces, that comes back on me. Okay.
Thank you.
If I'm just, pocket hustling, I can beat any and everything. But in the long run, that dog going to come back and beat you and bite you in the butt, because a year or two later, people going to look at that dog and say, who's that dog out of? Nah.
The funny thing is that so many people buy dogs and they stud to the sire, and they think that the sire is the one that's going to dominate the genes. It depends on the female.
Big mistake. 70% of the makeup of the puppy is going to be female.
Back in the day, I've been breeding a long time. Back in the day, we used to look at the mom.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to say, this mother right here, when you breed her, after several breedings or whatever, you breed the dogs, and you would say, hey, you know what? This breeding I did, it captured his genes.
Mm-hmm.
This breeding captured her genes. You would know if the bitch's genes were more dominant than the males.
Oh, yeah, you would know.
Or you...
but see, a lot of people don't understand, man. People just jump into the dog game just because of the fame and trying to make money. But I try to tell people all the time, when you're building a kennel, you build your kennel on females first. You make sure you have quality females. They come from quality dogs. Because one thing I've never done, I've never bought a male puppy. I believe in producing my own males.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I always buy, like I said, I always make sure I have quality females first, and then I'll go out and I'll, pay a stud fee to breed to a male that I want to bring into the bloodline I want to bring into my camp. And when I look at my female, whatever areas my females weekend, I make sure that male is strong in those areas.
Talk about it. Break it down. Break it down.
When I put it together, I want the best of both worlds. If I have a female, with a weak rear, I'm going to try to find a male, with an outstanding rear, like Lil Sitch, for example, the Dachshund. Outstanding rear on that dog. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you're just not throwing dogs together just because that's a Miyagi son, that's a Bullseye daughter. It's more breeding than that. A lot of these brothers don't do their homework, man. They just buy dogs and just start breeding dogs.
It's called building a dog. Yeah. Nowadays, people don't know how to build a dog. Exactly. You know, people just take two dogs and pin them together. They have lost the true value of building a dog. There's people that have eyes for breeding. There's people that don't know what the hell they're doing. They can have good dogs in their hands, and they just don't know how to breed the dog. They think they can just take two dogs, put them together, and that's what it is. It takes a little bit more than that. It takes hard work, dedication. You know, a lot of times I hear people say, like, oh, you know, there's people that stay home and breed these dogs. You shouldn't be doing that. You know, hell, you shouldn't be breeding dogs if you got a 40, 50, 60 hour week and having dogs on premise. Because realistically, how are you going to have the time to search, you know, the Internet? Now everything is the Internet. But back in the days, let me tell you, I've been to some of the baddest yards in the world and seen some of the baddest dogs that a lot of people never seen. I'm talking about dogs chained up in the backyard that people knew on the low pro. This dude had the dog, and this dog is on fire, and you got to check it out. People did in-house breedings. People stood by their productions. Nowadays, it's like, shit. People go send out semen, and you don't even know if that's the semen off of the dog because they said it was, because the vet said it was.
Yeah. Or they'll buy a dog or a puppy from a photo on the Internet, you know, on Facebook.
Oh, you're talking about super Photoshop. You're talking about glamour shots.
Oh, yeah.
Glamour shots. That's what I call them. You got regular photos, you got photos, and then you got the photos. You know what I'm saying? That they make the dog look outstanding. They've been airbrushed. There's one thing to color your dog, to fix the picture of the color a little bit. That's one thing. But there's another thing when people start photocropping their dogs, editing their dogs, you know, pitting more neck to it, more shoulders, more rear.
Head, shoulders, rear, everything. Head size, everything. It's unbelievable. And then what's unbelievable, though, they'll post these dogs up on Facebook and get 100 hits. People are going crazy. I'm like, has the bully world gotten to the point where they really just don't know, or they're just ignorant?
Yes. It's called cheerleaders. It's called cheerleaders. If
you know anything about dogs, you know there's nowhere in the world a 3-month-old puppy can look like that. You know, if you know anything about dogs. Yeah.
I'll give you a perfect example, okay? I just came from my boy's house right now, okay? I've seen his dogs, okay? He's got exotics, right? Now, when you look at his dogs, to some people, they might say, damn, them motherfuckers American bully. To me, they look like American bullies because I'm used to seeing the dogs that are extreme, have extreme features. That's what we all wanted. But now, because of certain blood in a pedigree, that dog is considered an exotic, right? So when people start questioning me on the caliber of dogs that I like, I always liked it bullier dogs. You know what I mean? It's like saying on a female, I like the big ass, big tits, excuse my language. You understand? Thin waist, but I want to see those features. I want to see, you know, on a female, I want to see a good rear. You know what I mean? People don't understand the high importance of having a good rear. You know, a lot of people build up these dogs from the front, and when you turn them from the back, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like you see a girl from the front, and she turns around, she's flat as a pancake. Some of these dogs that people don't realize, it's not about having a flat pancake. It's about the dog actually functioning. It doesn't have no rear. When the rear gives out, you're done. Some of these people are putting down their dogs because of their rears. Yeah. No angulization. You got hawk coming out east to westy, going the opposite way. You know, you got high rears. You know, is there something wrong with having a dog with a little bit of a high rear? American bullies have high rear. I like how people go and trash the exotics. You know, I put up a flyer on my page. You know, I put a picture of an exotic. The dog is buff. You know what I mean? It's an extreme dog. You know what I mean? I like that. Right away, I get people start questioning me. Am I breeding exotics? I'm doing that. I say, you know what? Before you guys start even judging, you know, or questioning a person on their dogs, why don't you go out and see some of the dogs? I just came from my boy's house about 3 hours ago. Shout out to Re-Up Bullies, okay? He got a dog by the name of Ice Grill, okay? The dog's got to be 14 and a half, maybe 15 inches. I mean, he's not micro, but he's extreme. He's basically an exotic, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, he got a dog on his premise. They got a 26-inch head, literally on a frame that's like 14.5 inches. I didn't wicker the dog, but I could tell. You understand what I'm saying? The dog's not 17 inches. The dog's not 16. The dog is crazy. It's like unbelievable. You know, with a clean bite. You know, like a 1.5 finger muzzle, maybe at that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's extreme. That's what I like. I used to see dogs like that 6, 7, 8 years ago. People bred for traits like that. To see that extreme in a dog. Why did you breed to get that soggy? Because that's what you wanted. You wanted an extreme feature on a dog that when people see it, they're like, holy shit, look at this fucking dog. It's unbelievable. You understand? People don't believe that there's dogs like that, Manuel. People don't believe that some of these exotics, you know, when I say exotics and then you got micros, you know, when I say exotics, I'm talking about bully dogs. Micros, cool. There's a lot of micros that have some bone and have some substance, but I want to see bone and I want to see substance on a dog. You know what I mean? I want to see clean movement. When I say clean movement, I don't mean like the dog's got to fucking, have a
gait like a UKC champion or something. No, he doesn't have that.
Not even like a UKC champion. You know, like he's not supposed to run like a terrier. You know, like run 200 yards in like 10 seconds. I'm not looking for that. Some people are looking for that, but it's not. You know, I want a dog that's functional. I want a dog that can chill in my house, looks crazy. People come over, it's a conversation piece. You want to walk down the street, people stop and stare and say, damn, look at this dog. Did you see this guy's dog? Man, I've seen dogs like that. That's why I respect what you have. Some people don't even know who you are. I mean, talk about Lady Fawn.
Yeah,
speak about her. Talk about some of the dogs that's just in that pedigree, so people understand.
Yeah, Haynes, my lady, man. I bought her from Leonard from Aslan Kennels when she was about 1.5 years, and I bred her the first time to Juan Gotti, notorious Juan Gotti, and I produced a female by the name of Foxy Cleopatra. And I turned around and I bred Foxy to a monster son by the name of Brooklyn, and I produced a dog, Contagious Pitch to Bronx, who's an ABKC champion. Beautiful dog. Then I turned around and I bred Haynes Fun Lady to Pacino of Ruckus Kennels with Tilo Maria, and that produced a litter. Yeah, and that produced a litter with the Goofy Smacker, with Hindu of Ruckus, Cochino, Chingon. Females was Cornbread and Apache. Now, when I did that breeding, we was just really getting into the game deep, so I gave Tilo 2 puppies for the stud service. He kept Hindu, and he sold Apache to Marco from Suarez Bullies, the owner of Paco. And Marco, incorporated, Apache into a lot of his breeders and a lot of his bloodlines. And Haynes, my lady, she's produced some really nice dogs. One of her granddaughters, Goofy Smacker's daughter, was owned by Chavez Pitts. And she was a UKC Grand Champion at 8 or 9 months. And her name is Chavez. She's So Contagious. Mm-hmm. Haynes, my lady, has produced a lot of nice dogs. And ABKC champion, ABKC Grand Champion Bistro, also on his mother's side, she's 2 times Haynes, my lady.
Oh, and I can tell you why. Because Leonard, I know Leonard personally myself. People don't think I'm an OG. Leonard bred Sierra bloodline, going back to the Knowles Wolf stuff. Am I correct?
Yep, he had a male by the name of Primo that was real nice.
And Sir Crush-a-Lot?
Yep, and Sir Crush-a-Lot. He had both of those males at the same time when I bought Haynes Fun Lady.
Oh.
Her name was Kelly then, yeah. Yeah, so Haynes Fun Lady, man, she's done a lot in the bully game. And she's 13 years old right now. She's owned by my son, Little Manuel. And at the age of 13, man, she still has drive. She'll still lock on a rope. You can lift her off the ground. She swims in the swimming pool at 13 years old. To me, that's my kind of dog.
Well, would you consider that blood as American Bullies?
Some of her productions, yes. Some of her productions.
Okay.
For her,
the reason why
she was a bullier. To me, she was a bullier version of the American Pit Bull Terrier.
Hold on. So let me get this straight, because a lot of people don't understand this, okay? Mm-hmm. Me and you've been around a while.
Yeah.
Ed Shepherd himself used to say, my dogs, even Dax, was an American Pit Bull bully.
Mm-hmm.
People use the word bully. On Bullier classifies basically qualifications on a dog that was bullier. There have been dogs that have been around like that. Maybe they don't have the smash muzzle, but can they produce the dogs with smash muzzles? You tell me yourself.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, bred right, they can produce smash muzzles, no problem. You got to remember, 21 Blackjack. 21 Blackjack to me was an American bully. He was an American Pit Bull Terrier because this dog, man, I seen 21 Blackjack. He was probably about 15 inches tall, maybe 15 to 16 inches. But I seen him at 104 pounds on that frame. And with a rear that's like it can hold a truck up. You know what I'm saying? That's not a regular pit bull. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's American bully all day long.
Exactly. Well, what people used to call American Pit Bull bully, some people still call it. And then, you have the American Pit Bull Terrier. But those dogs are American bullies. Some people might say that those dogs ain't American bully. They might call them reindeers or whatever. But I try to explain to people, you can incorporate these dogs within your program to create these dogs. The problem is you got a lot of people that come in, don't know what they're doing. They might be, not to get me wrong, you might have somebody 23 years old think that he knows what he's doing because he's been around for a year or he got an eye for dogs. It doesn't work like that. You could go on Facebook and 30 days later people think they're the Messiah. They went to a couple of dog shows and they know dogs. Listen, it's experience. Just like anything you do in this world, it's experience. When you could talk out of experience and you dealt with situations, that's something that I have respect in people. Don't get me wrong. There's breeders out there that have been around for a short period of time that have produced their ass off, or they've gone through complications, and some people are in it for the right reason and some people are in it for the wrong reason.
See, that's the best thing about American bullies, dude. They come in so many varieties, the micro, the exotic, extreme. That's what I love about our breed. You can just practically order anything you want, and someone has that style. That's the best part about it. Zeb, you kind of quiet over there. Where you at, Zeb?
Oh no, I'm listening, just soaking in all the knowledge right now. Because one of the questions I had, because you were talking about it just a few minutes ago, was the importance of function. How important is function in your program as far as with the American bully?
Very important. Very important. See, a lot of people don't, like Mike was saying, dude, these dogs, man, you have to have the time, first of all, to even own these dogs. You just can't just buy a dog and just lock them up. You have to have the time. It's
called kennel dogs.
Yeah,
some people own kennel dogs and some people own dogs like family members. Some dogs can be really, really intelligent and some of them can be really stupid.
Yeah. And then, the best part about it, too, is that the dogs that I have, they're great with my kids, with my grandkids. And then, you have to also have time to go out. See, a lot of people, that's another thing I don't understand. People will spend $5,000-$10,000 on a dog, but won't spend $500 to fly out and see that dog before they buy him.
Talk about it. Even better. Manuel, I want to fly out to your kennel. I'm going to give you the $5,000, or I'm going to give you $7,000 on the dog, but can I fly out to your kennel? And they'll say something like, "Oh, I'm not available. I can't do that." You know what I'm saying? I don't know you that well. Okay, cool. Meet me at the police station.
You know me well enough to take my money, though, but I can't come out.
Exactly. But you won't meet me in front of a police station? You won't meet me by the vet? You won't do none of that?
Right. So that part is unbelievable. But,
no, even better. How about the people who are going around thinking that they got exotics, or they got, because I still call them American bullies to a certain extent when I say exotics, because I've seen exotics that is functional. I've seen American bullies that have high rears, east to west, jacked up. People don't talk about that, but the minute you go put up an exotic flyer, people got something to say, like, why are you putting that flyer up? Why shouldn't I put that flyer up? It's like, what? This is America, you know what I mean? I should be able to do what I want. There's a reason for it. People should not knock something before trying it. Exactly. I'm not telling them to jump off of a bridge. Yeah. I'm telling them to go take a look at some of these dogs. Some of these American bully people are the same people that are burning people who've been around years ago and sold people the dream.
That burned people so bad that they had to get out of the game.
Thank you.
People don't understand. In the bully game, only thing you have is your reputation. Once your reputation
is your word,
you give it up.
What keeps you in the bully world, Manuel?
Go say again?
Because like you said, you've seen a lot of people come and go. What keeps you going?
The love, man.
The drive and the love that I have for the breed, man. Like I said, I'm a dog, man. Growing up, Man, we had beagles. We had hunting dogs. My daddy had about 20 of them. You know what I'm saying? I was a little boy, 4 or 5 years old. My daddy opened a pen. All 20 of them little dogs running, jump in the back of the truck. We go hunting for squirrel, rabbit, possum. You know what I'm saying? Come back, run back in the pen. I've been a dog man from day one, dude. So as I got older and older, I've always had a love for dogs. Because one thing about dogs, you could give them all the love you want, and they'll give it back to you in return. Not like a lot of
They'll
people.
die for you. They will die for you.
Like
they will not betray you.
Yeah.
They will die for you.
They're loyal, man. That's why I love them so much. I love them so much, man, because they're so loyal. Your so-called friends, man, they'll turn their backs on you so quick.
Thank you.
But that dog will love you to death.
Yo, speaking of that, Manuel, you know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
I know a couple of people that I gave them a couple of really good ideas, and they're supposed to be my boy, and I was looking out for them so they can make money, and I know they're listening in right now. If you listening in, you know who you are. Pay up. Be a man. Don't run around flossing like a big dog and want me to go work with you and do other things. Be a man and live up to your name before your name gets tarnished. I don't like to throw people under the bus. Listen, I always say, I always promote people. I say, man, God bless you. I hope you make $5 million. But at the end of the day, it's like when you grow up in the hood. People say, I grew up in the hood. Some people say, when I get my money, I'll never leave. Yeah, right. I get my money, I'm out the hood. You know what I mean? Some people, exactly. It's like the movie Friday. I got that money, and I was out the hood. You know what I'm saying? But I was out. But, you know, like going back to what I was saying, a lot of people don't understand, like you got to do right by your friends. If somebody does right by you and they looked out for you and they're putting money in your family's pocket and your family is eating, look out for them. Why you got to try to be small mind and try to burn them? And I'm talking about people even with dogs. Yo, I've looked out for people and co-owned dogs. I've done payment arrangements with people. I've looked out for people, man, like you couldn't even believe, man. I've gave people dogs damn near free because I know the dog's going to a good home. I've turned down big money for a dog because I know it was going to a so-called breeder, and he's known for keeping dogs in fucking kennels, going to whore out my dogs. I don't even do that. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather the dog go to good. And people say, oh, why would you do that? Motherfucker, how would you like to be thrown in a cage, you know, all day, all night, and be whored out and just looking for your next period? You know what I'm saying? Have some love for the dogs. Take them outside. You know, even a half an hour a day, man, they enjoy that. They want to be around you. They want to show you love.
Find you a shade tree, get you a chair and a glass of lemonade, and just let them run around the yard and play. You know what I'm saying? They love that. Thank
you. Smoke a nice cigar like I do. Smoke a cigar, go outside, smoke a cigar, watch the dogs run around. You know, sometimes they want to get a little frisky and put them in check. Let them know that you their guard. You know what I mean?
You got to keep them in check, but you got to raise them like that, though.
Exactly.
You know, you can't wait till they become adults and then try to check them. You know, you check them when they're puppies. That way, when they become older, they already know the rules.
You know, I love how people never owned a bully before, never owned a pit bull, never owned an exotic, but got something to say. Don't even know somebody who owns a bully. Don't even know somebody who owns a pit bull, but goes up on Facebook and think that, you know, they're up on their 30, 45 days and they're the Messiah. No, you're not. Stop it. Just because you went to a couple of dog shows doesn't mean that all those dogs went out there. Just because you've seen a couple of exotics doesn't mean that you've seen all the exotics. Just because you've seen some bullies doesn't mean that you've seen all the bullies. I think people forgot the key word. The word is bully. Bully. Bully dogs.
I mean, I love all styles, man. I love micros. I love the exotics. I love the extreme. I love the bully. I like the standard. You know, because, like I said, I used to show dogs. So I love them all, man. I love all the bullies, man. I don't have no problem with all of them, even the extra large ones. I love to see an extra large dog, man, with like a 27-inch head and still has movement and has a rear. You know, I love to see that, man.
You said rear.
Hey,
you threw that shit in because you
What's your thoughts on today's internet dog? The internet dog, as compared to when you had to go around, like you said in the early years, to where you see dogs now that are called the phenomenal dog that they see on the internet. Has that really hurt the bully world, in your opinion?
He ain't falling for that.
Yeah, man. People, like I said, man. I know. First of all, I know dogs, and I know how to take pictures, and I know who's been messing with the picture. It's like me. I'm not going to give you an opinion on a dog just on a photo. I don't have to see that dog in person for me to give you my honest opinion. That's like people do. They'll do a post, name the top 10 dogs, and these people are named dogs that they've never even seen in person.
Thank you. Thank you.
How you gonna even? I mean, come on, man. I laugh. I don't even participate. I just laugh because they have no clue. Even the people that I know that mentioned that's like it, I'm like, that person has never been to my house. I've never met that person at a show. He's never seen my dog. You know what I'm saying? All it is just people just following the hype, man. Just following the hype.
Hey, listen. Let's be honest. Hold on.
Yeah.
You had him out. You had him at the Bully Olympics, and let me tell you, when you brought that boy out, not to knock everybody, but everybody was going crazy when they posted up some pictures straight off the cell phone. Everybody was going crazy. I know your phone was ringing. I believed in your program. I know what you was building before then. I know a couple of people that bred to you. You know what I mean?
A lot of people don't understand. There's a difference in producing a dog and buying a dog. Anybody can buy a dog. I want to see you got to get my attention. You got to produce a hitter. You know what I'm saying? That's just a start. And see, your goal as a breeder to always be, your mindset should be, I'm going to.
Let me just interject there, Manuel.
Yeah.
Manuel, let me just interject there, man. I'm going to tell you something right now. You're 100% right. It's cool for people to produce dogs, but there's nothing wrong with buying dogs. The problem is nowadays people buy dogs, and their intention is to breed because they say, oh, it's all about production. But then again, they're horning out a dog at 7-8 months. They're breeding it. They're buying dogs that are already a year old, a year and a half, because somebody is getting out the game, and they're taking that dog, they're putting it into somebody's hands. They don't even know their intentions is to whore out the dog. Maybe they care, maybe they don't care. And they're going into about it for all the wrong reasons. I got 3 bitches coming in the heat. I'm going to breed them 3 bitches right now. I sell them for $2,000 a pop. That blood goes for $4,000. I'll give you a perfect example. Dak. I'm going to breed to Dak $5,000. If I go to Ed directly, he's going to charge me $5,000. So I can breed to Dak for $5,000, get my first pick male, first pick female, and then I can sell off the dogs for $500. Then you got somebody else that says, I bred to Dak. I'm going to sell the dogs. I'm going to keep first pick male, first pick female, and I'm going to sell the dogs starting at $4,000. And then people are like blindsided. They're like, I could go to the guy for $500. Did you see what the dog looked like for $500? How you think that dog? Yeah, but that's the father. It has to do with the mother, man. A lot of it has to do with the mother, man. Everybody's going around buying these dogs thinking that they're going to get the next best hitter. People are selling them dreams, and people are thinking that they could just produce dogs just to produce dogs. And then these dogs wind up in bad homes. They wind up at the shelter. They wind up being killed. People don't even realize dogs are being turned into meal. They're actually taking these dogs and grinding them up and putting them back into dog food. And people don't even know that. They're like, huh? People right now on the phone are like, what did he just say? That's right. There's dogs right now that get put down in shelters. They're sold for their meat, and they're getting grinded up and put inside of dog food. It's called bone meal.
Hey, Manuel, let me ask you, as a breeder, what's your thoughts on people who breed their female on the first seed and sometimes under a year? Because I've heard that.
Scary. You should automatically know what their mission is. They pocket hustling.
To make that money.
That's it. That female.
Now, don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong.
You think mentoring is lost? You think mentoring is lost right now?
Big time.
Yeah, because they got messiahs all over Facebook.
Because
they got messiahs all over Facebook.
They're following the wrong people. If you're going to follow someone, it should be someone who's an OG, who's done it for years, knows how to do it. And like me, as far as American Bullies, man, one dog that I loved and admired was King Kamali. Back in the days, King Kamali, man, was a beautiful dog. Man, I loved the dog so much that I bred to him. And I put this dog called the Fresh Prince. Because that's the kind of boy, that dog, he had it all. He had nice muscle tone, he had girth, he had movement. And that's for Fresh Pitts, a good friend of mine, man. I loved King Kamali. You know what I'm saying? And back in the days also, way back in the day, it was like Monster and Gotti and like in Brooklyn. And then if you want a dog,
people don't even know about Brooklyn. People don't even know about. Everybody goes Gotti. People don't even know about Brooklyn.
Man, Brooklyn was one of the best dogs I ever seen, man. That dog was so nice, man. He died at a young age. He was poisoned. But that dog was beautiful.
A lot of people don't realize that a lot of dogs are still poisoned to this day.
Yeah,
people still poison out people's dogs to this day. People go out to people's kennels just to do some evil, spiteful shit because they're miserable. Because God forbid you say something the wrong way and they don't like what you're saying, they go poison your dog.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Or they'll go on the internet and start some shit and say that your dog is dead.
Have you taken precautions when it comes to Daxaki since that experience that has already happened to you?
Oh, yeah. I've taken precaution, man. It's never happened to me personally, but I've taken precaution, man. I pray a lot, and I keep myself strapped at all times.
It's called the 4-5. You keep the 4-5 out the door.
Oh, man, it's like that old saying, you going to let Jesus save you or make me hurt you.
That's right. You know what? I haven't heard that saying in a long time, Manuel. You're 100% right about that.
Yeah,
you know, Manuel, Manuel, let me ask you a question. You see, like, you've been back in the days, you know, like, come on, like, you know, you heard of Butthead. Like, some people don't even realize some of the dogs that were produced out of Butthead. You brought up Aslan Kennels. People don't even know about Aslan Kennels. I know Leonard personally. You know what I mean? Like these are people that have Leonard. Anybody knows him knows that he produced show quality dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Almost everybody bought a dog from him. Yep. Used them and abused them too at the same time.
Yeah, they sure did.
Used them and abused them and left them to the curb.
He just did go straight Amstaff. He said he ain't gonna deal with the people at all. Yeah, but now Butthead was June, man. June from Butthead Kennels.
Now, how long ago did you go to June? Because
June
I bought dogs
maybe,
from June. I bought dogs from June. So how many years ago was that?
Yeah, June died about 10 years ago, I believe. I may be wrong, but June was one of the nicest, coolest guys in the world. And if you wanted a dog with some size and you wanted a blue dog back in those days.
And he was willing to work with you. He was willing to work with you, man.
Man, please. You got to ask June anything, man. He'd give you his last. That was a good brother, man. Good brother. Right there on Imperial, man, right off the Long Beach Freeway.
Yep.
He had a shop where you could go there, man. He was selling dogs and doing ears on one side and roasting pigs on the other side. I was like, June, you the man. Yeah.
See, now people don't remember. Now people try to say, like, to me, sometimes people are like, what you know about dogs? Now, I don't know nothing. I haven't been around those years. I wouldn't know nothing about some of the breeders that you're bringing up. You know, I think it's funny how people say, oh, what have you produced? What have you done? Man, people don't understand, man. I put dogs in people's hands strategically that are going to own the dogs, not necessarily whore out the dogs. They just might do a breeding for themselves, you know what I mean? I'll fix the dog, you know, because the way it is right now is like everybody wants to start out their dog. A lot of people in the last, I would say, 4 years, people used to have respect for themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you really knew the person, they would do a breeding with you. You know what I'm saying? And they would be like, you know, like, oh, let's collab. Oh, I love your dog. Like, you know, let me see the pet. Oh, let me see your dog. Let me see the rear. Let me see this. I'm liking chest. I'm liking rear. I'm liking this. Oh, let's work together. Let's not work. Oh, let's do half of the litter. You know what I'm saying? I'll provide the stud. You know, now people want to be like, yo, he wants half of the litter. Yo, he's crazy. Yo, I'll give you one puppy. Like, dude, the male is putting in just as much work as the female, granted, but it's whatever you network with the person what needs to be put out there. You know, if you're going to keep the dogs in-house, then that's something different. But, you know, like nowadays, it don't even matter. Like, people just going to sell off their dogs, and they just don't even care. I'm a true believer about putting my picks out there. You know, if I don't got the space, I don't want to whore out my dogs because I've come to the point where I was once a hoarder. And I had a lot of dogs, and I keep three dogs, and keep this. Next thing you know, I was out of control, okay? And people have to learn that you got to put some of those nice dogs in other people's hands. I see people promote their so-called bloodlines, and the first thing they say is, oh, that dog is garbage. That dog is off your shit. But you want to downplay somebody else's yard because it ain't on your yard.
Yeah, they'll tell you that's not my style. He's nice, but ain't my style. Wait a minute, that's off your stud. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. Now, back in the day, man, the OGs, dude, when I got started, man, there was Ray from Ray Certified Pits over there in L.A.
Pits. Mm-hmm.
Yep. He used to have Black Shack back in the day.
Yep.
Oliver, 5150.
Dela Cruz.
Yeah, Dela Cruz. Richard, man. Richard, Ross, got on that, on Gotti and Monster. Richard was my man, dude. Me and Richard go way back, man. Those are some of the OGs that, you know, I started hanging out with way back in the day when I got started, you know, because they were at the top of the game, in my opinion. So I used to go to them and check out what they had, and, you know, and get schooled.
Yep. Yeah, because I was going to ask you that, Manuel. I was going to ask you that. Who were some of the people that mentored you in the beginning when you got involved with the American Bully breed?
Yeah, those are some of the people. Then I have a good friend from a kennel a lot of people don't know anything about. It's Edwin at Smart Head Kennels out in Paris, California. Well educated, been breeding bullies, man, in pits, man, probably 30 years, man. And you know, I started working with him back in the days. And see, we used to hang out, man, before the ABKC even started, dude. We used to hang out.
What other registry was around before the ABKC was around? that had big dog shows?
Say again, Mike?
What registry was around before ABKC that had big dog shows that people used to come out to and they used to flock to?
Man, we didn't have no shows. Because, they didn't. When the UKC used to have dog shows, dude, they didn't like us there. Out here in Cali, if we went to the park where there was a UKC show, they would call the cops because they thought that we weren't the right type of people to be at their shows. So that's unbelievable. And the only thing we would do, we'd be at the park with our dogs, with our grills, just barbecuing and hanging out, and they'll be on the other side where we could see them and they could see us. And they didn't want us there. Maybe it was because, we were people of color. Maybe they had something to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
You're talking about gang affiliation more like in California.
Yeah.
The racial profiling. Everybody knows that goes on in California.
Oh, yeah. So we used to have, like, little potlucks, man, with our dogs at Edward's house. It would be myself. It would be Benny and Michelle, Chavez Pitts. Let's see, Edward, like I said, Smarthead Kennels, man. There's about 5 or 6 of us groups used to get together and just hang out. And then we started throwing little barbecues at the parks. And then Benny and Michelle got involved with that ABKC thing, and they took the ABKC and took off with that and got it off the ground. In my opinion, they really made the ABKC.
And why would you say that? Speak about that. Why would you say that? Speak about it.
Yeah, because they're the one. That's the first ABKC show I ever even heard of. Was Benny and Michelle put it on out here, and they was getting to the point where they were putting on shows almost once a month or every couple of months. And just to get the ABKC started, and then they started having other shows. In different states and everything. Then they started having nationals. But they were the one, in my opinion, that really got the ABKC off the ground. And now Benny and Michelle, no longer affiliated with the ABKC. They're working with Ed Shepherd with the USBR. And so I'm working along with them. I'm a USBR judge. Matter of fact, I just judged the show on past Saturday, the Cinco de Mayo show, which was a great turnout. I mean, dude, I don't know how many people were there, but put it this way, there was nowhere to park. The whole park was surrounded, dude, full of cars, man, and people, good people, man. Everybody had a great time. So I think the USBR is taking off right now.
What sparked the move?
Do you support any other registries? Do you support any other registries, Manuel? I'm curious.
IBKC. I support the IBKC. I go to their shows and everything. Memo's a good friend of mine. And
why wouldn't you go to ABKC?
I like the.
Why wouldn't
you? Say again.
Why wouldn't you go to ABKC shows anymore? I'm just curious.
I mean, my dogs are working there, so why should I go?
I hear you.
I mean, if I can't go to a show, if I go to a show, I should have the opportunity to take my dog in the ring if I choose to. But being that I don't have that opportunity, and I used to go to ABKC show. Like I say, I produced ABKC champions. I used to go to any and every ABKC show I could get to, but I don't go anymore.
Now,
it's a choice. Somebody ABKC. I can't show Des Lucky there. If I wanted to, I wanted his offsprings. You know what I'm saying? Who could champ out easily. You know what I'm saying? But it just way Des Lucky's
Is that because of the way the standards are written?
Go ahead.
No, I was saying, is that because of the way the standards are written?
No, it's because of the bloodline that he has.
It's the problem with Miyagi blood not being working. It's bloodline. I can tell you this. There was a show in Florida where Des Lucky's little mate brother went to. Michael Griff owns a dog for the Tennessee Titans.
Mm-hmm.
He asked Des Lucky's brother, and he took Des Lucky's brother to the ABKC show, and he got a temporary, ABKC number. Des Lucky's brother won Best in Show at the ABKC show. So, Mike called, Dave and tried to talk, Dave into, registering, that litter or whatever. That's like his brother, or even just that particular dog. And so he talked to him for hours, and they didn't come to an agreement at all. So, but he's good enough, if he has to be stealing Miyagi's son, you know what I'm saying? He's at an ABKC show, he went Best in Show, and he's still not welcome there. I mean, like I said, I've known Dave Wilson for a long time. I have a problem with him. I just that my purpose is just not to really attend any ABKC shows now.
So why do you think they started the USBR?
I think just to welcome everybody in.
Thank you. That's what I want to hear. I think everybody should be looked upon differently because of a bloodline of the dog.
Exotics, micros, all bloodlines are welcome in the USBR. So I think that's the main.
Let's play the devil's advocate. Manuel, let's play the devil's advocate. I'm gonna play the devil's advocate real quick. But there's a lot of people that say that, you know, oh, the USBR, they got a lot of dogs. There's videos going around. There's exotic dogs in those class that are being shown, and those dogs are jacked up. And I tell them that not every exotic owner goes there and brings their dog. Not every American bully breeder brings their dog to a show. Exactly. You know how many dogs are sitting back and the cut because people don't want to go out to a show. They don't feel comfortable because they see what's going on. Facebook is the devil, okay? People don't even realize Facebook right now has made everybody change their kennel names. A lot of people had to change their kennel names.
Yeah, I noticed that too. A lot of my friends hit me up. Yeah.
You know, I call it the FBI, the Facebook Bureau of Instagram. You see how many people they bag the FBI just going on Instagram and on Facebook, people promoting these breeding, selling all these dogs and putting up dog prices. They don't realize what's going on. You're not a kennel, you're going to be taxed. I'm a kennel, so I'm good. I'm licensed. I'm good. But a lot of people are doing all these crazy breedings, all these dogs, and don't know what they're doing. Leave the breeding for the breeders. Leave the breeding for the breeders. If you really love the breed, you step back for several years, you really look at it, and you figure out if this is something you want to do, and then take several years from there. People are just jumping in this for all the wrong reasons.
That's it. Decide
you don't got to be a breeder to be a part of the breed.
That's it. I agree.
How often do you get people to call to mentor to you, to get advice from you, Manuel?
Oh, shoot, probably at least
because
4 or 5 times a week.
The reason 4 or 5 times. The reason I ask that because of the internet phenomenon. Everybody can just go on the internet, look up information, whereas probably back then you had to pick up a phone and actually call and talk to people, go out to the yards. Whereas now, with everything is at the touch of a finger, with technology, that they can so-called look up any type of information without really thinking they need anyone.
But see,
you kind of understand the question?
Well, see, they rather call you now because a lot of people that call me and ask me questions, they don't want people on the internet to know that they're looking to me for advice because they're so-called big-name kennels. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
So they rather call
some of them
the
lost
world
themselves.
Yeah.
Because some of them blew up so fast and they lost themselves.
Mm-hmm. You know, they ask you some simple questions or how to take care of this or how to take care of that. I'm like, if you don't know that, you shouldn't even be in the game. You know what I'm saying?
You're a breeder. You don't know that?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's like people who give shots to their dogs. Everybody like, you don't give your own shots to your dogs? Man, there's a reason why you don't. You're supposed to take them to the vet to make sure that they don't have a hernia, make sure that they don't have to be fixed, make sure that they're going to be able to, they don't got a problem with their rear, make sure that they don't have a heart murmur, basic checkups on a dog to make sure how the dog is developing. People are so quick to ask for crazy amount of money, and then people don't understand that it takes a crazy amount of money to produce dogs, especially doing AI surgicals and all the things that it takes, providing goat's milk, bottle feeding. If you're not home, you got to pay somebody. Even if you do stay home, you got to pay somebody to make sure that those dogs don't get crushed when they're born. You know what I mean? It's a lot of money and a lot of costs that go into it. You got people out there like, I'll never spend $2,000 on a goddamn dog. And it's like, dog, keep your money. It's like people say a car is a car. No, a car is not a car. Yeah, they all do the same functions. They go left, they go right, they got turn signals, they got a gas pedal, a brake pedal. But at the end of the day, it's how it gets you there. There's some cars that people look at, they stop and stand, they turn around. A lot of people came into the American Bully because that knew from dogs. They looked at some of these dogs and they were like, these dogs are phenomenal, I got to get me one. And then you got people that don't even like dogs that are getting American Bully or getting exotic dogs. Why? Because they just want to make money from it. They don't even like the dogs. Exactly. They're just doing breeding. There's no love and no passion behind anything anymore. And you hear my voice, how I'm talking? That's love and passion.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Manuel.
Yes, sir.
Manuel. With the written standards in the USBR for the exotic and micros, who was involved with that process?
I believe Benny and Michelle really was involved in that process. And one thing about exotics, they really don't have a standard. I mean, you can have an underbite, you can have a king tail. You know what I'm saying? It's just extreme looking. One thing about the exotic class, you know what I'm saying, it can be a dog that you normally can't show in any other class. So if you have an exotic, like I say, and believe it or not, a lot of people don't understand. Every time a dog look a certain way, you just don't know. I'm the one who's checking these dogs. So I've seen exotics that have a perfect bite.
Thank you.
I've seen exotics that have movement. They can move like a regular dog. You know what I'm saying?
And you see exotics that have good rears, good top lines too, right?
Yeah.
And then you see ones that are jacked up too, right?
Okay,
but do you see ones that are jacked up too?
Oh yeah, you see both.
And do you see an American Bully? Do you see jacked up dogs in the American Bully? Do you see good dogs in the American Bully?
In the standard class, you'll see dogs that's jacked up. A dog that looks like, a normal American Pit Bull Terrier, and you check them, they have a bad bite. Their tail will look straight. You grab that tail and pull it, and they have a couple of bumps in it. You know what I'm saying? Then when the dog moves, the dog's gait be all jacked up, man. I mean, cow-hocked in the back, east to west in the front, side profile like a mountain, the rear so high. So, you know what I'm saying? All categories, man, have dogs that are nice and dogs that are messed up. So bashing the exotic just because it's different, in my opinion, is not a good thing.
How did you get involved with judging with the USBR?
Man, I've known Benny and Michelle so long, and Ed Shepherd, man. When they started the registry, they called me right away and wanted to know would I be willing to be a judge. I haven't already judged some shows for Benny and Michelle before, some ABKC shows, but I started off judging the fun shows. So, which is a good idea because it gets you familiar with the breed and with the standard and what to look for. You know what I'm saying? And so, at the end of the years of experience, and then the type of dogs that I produced over the years, they figured that I'd be a good candidate. So I agreed, and I've been enjoying myself. I like it. And one thing that was funny to me about a dog show, man, is that everybody in the ring think they supposed to win.
Thank you.
Everyone that has a dog in the ring think they're supposed to win first place. And
the funny part is everybody will go and instead of embracing people, they'll go and knock the other dog's man down.
Oh yeah,
they
can ask.
My whole yard, I got real American bullies, not him. Like, come on, bro.
So me, I just laugh. I just laugh. They get attitude, man. And some of them even try something, because of their attitude. But I guess they look at me. I guess they think different. When you're 6'3", 325, they really don't say too much.
Oh man! Hey, let me ask you, man, because you said it was you just got finished with a big show over the weekend out there in California with the USBR. Has the movement really begun to spread across the country with the USBR?
I think it's getting ready to take off. I really believe it's getting ready to take off because they're having shows in different states now. Also, there's been several shows in Texas already, so they're starting to move. And if Benny and Michelle's involved in it, believe me, it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow because they know what they're doing. They're good people, honest people. Yeah.
And like you were saying earlier, in your opinion, you would say they were the pioneers who actually got the ABKC kicked off out there in the California area.
Oh yeah, In my opinion, yes, they were. But like I said, I'd never even heard of ABKC.
California is where the shows originally started. That's when they would just have standard class. When I used to show Bentley, just standard class.
Yeah, and people, we needed something for us. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we wouldn't work them at UKC shows. So we needed something for the people, for the average Joe, for the brother, in the hood, that may look different from everybody else. That may have tats and, wear a bandana on his head, but just want to go somewhere and barbecue and drink a beer and look at some dogs, So once they started the ABKC show, man, out here, man, when they started the ABKC, man, it took off, man. And, man, we have the shows, man, we have a ball, dude. We have a great time. We've been so many friends that you've known for 10, 15 years. It's almost like a family reunion at a dog show. And one thing I love about this shows, man, how it brings people of all races together. You know what I'm saying? I love that about these dogs. That's what the American Bully has done for society and for the world. It brings us together as a people.
No, not all the time, because sometimes right now people are so stuck on that there's one registry and this was the main registry, and I said there's a lot of people that help make one registry, you know what I mean? And some people's intent to make money on another registry, yes, that's true. But you know what? At the end of the day, me personally, I want to go to a show where nobody's looked down or frowned upon because they're breeding dogs. You know, I've seen the American. Let me tell you something. I bred pit bulls, and when I said that I was getting into the American Bully, I got breeders that will never sell me a dog again because they were like, "How dare you want to take my lineage and put it in that?" And that's not, you know, these are high-end caliber dogs, and you're now you're playing with flawed-up dogs, and I will never sell you a dog, and it's like that's kind of how I see the exotic now. Like you know, people go. I posted up a flyer, and then I had to erase people's comments, you know, coming on there, and then I got so many inboxes from people, and they're like, "Why would you say you support the exotic? Because you don't go to ABKC shows no more?" I'm like, "No, it has nothing to do with that." It's like even when I went to ABKC shows, I had a Miyagi dog. I would love to have them to have registered her, but that's not what they wanted. So I respected that, and I didn't bring the dog to ABKC shows. But at the end of the day, I want to feel comfortable with me bringing my dogs and people accepting my dogs when I come through the door and not look at me different. You understand what I'm saying? Kind of like how the pit bull people used to look at us when we used to walk through the door. You know, I don't like that feeling. I don't think anybody should feel like that. I think everybody should go out and support every registry. You know what I mean? Go to the ABKC show. Go to IBKC. Go to UKC. Go to AKC. Just go out and have a good time and enjoy yourself. You know, it's not about hating on people.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I love to support the breed. You know, it doesn't really, you know, it doesn't matter who's throwing the show. If the American Bullies are going to be there, I want to go, and I want to bring my dog, or I want to go and see what's out there. Because I love looking at dogs, seeing dogs, watching dogs, you know. And then, you know, you got to like people, too. You know what I'm saying? We got to, you know, all this mess that's going on with the world, man. People are trying to, you know, have race problems or, you know, hating on somebody, man, because of a race. If I got a problem with you, race is the last thing on my mind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it has nothing to do with your race, man. But like I said, out here, man, we come together, man, like at the show on Saturday, man. You know, my Spanish brothers, my Caucasian brothers, you know what I'm saying, my Asian brothers, all of us, man, you know, like a family, dude. I love it.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have a personal
coming in the USBR?
We talked about that on Saturday, matter of fact, getting ready, you know, throwing nationals this year. I told them, hey, we got to have a national show. So hopefully this year we plan on throwing nationals. And when it goes down, Zeb and Mike, I want you guys there, man. We're gonna make it happen.
Oh man, that would be a blessing.
Oh yes, that sounds good to me because I would love to come out there.
Man, you gotta come to Cali, man. You gotta see it, man. We had a dog show, man. Beautiful park, nothing but mountains in the background. You know what I'm saying? It's in the wintertime.
I lived in California. I lived in the East Coast, and I tell Zeb all the time, you got to go to California and see people's dogs and see people's yards. Yes, the East Coast has a lot of beautiful dogs. Big up to all the East Coast people. But if some people are buying dogs on the internet and they're never seeing them, some people think that they're going to go send somebody $15,000 and they're going to give them the pick of the litter. Some people think that, I'm going to send my semen breed to somebody that lives 2,000 miles away, and we're supposed to do a pup back deal or whatever we're going to do, and you're going to give me the pick of the litter? Yeah, right, bro. Yeah, right. That's not happening. You did so many people. I've been around so long, man. I got contracts on top of contracts. I think people drop the ball when they stop putting the contracts out there. That's why the American Bully has gone in the direction it's gone. Because you look at the dogs when there was a breeding 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, everybody was looking to upcoming breedings. You know, can I get something off of this litter? Let me put some more money together. Right now, it's like people just go on Facebook. They just post up a litter, and this is what I got, and this is the price. And you know, there's no reality to it. People are buying off of hype. People calling their friends up, telling them, "Yo, jump on my post. Yo, PM tag, boom, 25,000. Oh, that's a steal. Oh man, that's a come up for somebody. Shut up, bro. You don't even got a $2,000 dog. How you gonna say that's a come up? You know what I mean? Like, step your game up on dogs. You know what I mean? Like, you can't say that. Like, yeah, it's like buying a car. Like I tell people, you know, it's like when you bought your first car, you had to save it. Some people had the privilege, and they gave them their parents bought them a brand new car. You know what I mean? I had to work for mine. I had to earn mine. And I think when people save up money and they put that money towards something and they don't buy off of impulse, they make good decisions. There's so many people that are doing bad decisions or buying off of people that don't have love for the breed, that the breed has got destroyed from a lot of people. You know, and it's like a lot of in-house breedings that could have gone down. Why should the person want to do an in-house breeding when they're studying out their dog 4 or 5 times a week, and let's say at a couple of $1,000s, they just made $10,000. They don't want to deal with puppies. And some people, I've spoken to people that just only studied out dogs. They've never even had a litter before. It's crazy. They own dogs for 3-4 years. I never had a litter before. I've studied out all my dogs. I got my dogs on putback deals.
Right. Yep.
Crazy, right?
Yep, no doubt. No doubt.
Hey, let me ask you, Manuel, because you, like you said, you talk with Benny and Michelle a lot, and with the whole movement right now with the USBR wanting to have nationals this year, what are some things you want to implement with the registry that separates you from the other registries?
I don't know if it would separate. Well, one thing, hopefully, that it doesn't come down to is one thing I don't like personally at some of the shows and registries when you have cliques.
Thank
you. Know
you.
What I'm saying? You have cliques,
Thank
man.
you.
You know, certain people think they're better than others, and
how about the people that join the clique?
Show.
And how about the people that join the clique and never even owned a dog before, just got into the dogs, and they get in it, and they're trying to school people.
Yeah. And then you got some newbie at the show who just, wasn't able to afford, but whatever they have, walking on a leash, you know what I'm saying? You won't even speak to that person because they might have the quality, dog they have might not be, up to your standards. You know what I'm saying? And instead of you making that person feel welcome so they feel more comfortable and want to come back to the next show, you know what I'm saying? You kind of push them to the side. That's why I take time to, to talk to people at the show, even no matter what quality dog you have. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man. At the end of the day, you respect them because they got a dog. They got a dog at the end of the leash.
Right, and they love the breed.
You're not biased.
Yeah, they love the breed just like me, so I'm supposed to work on them, So hopefully that part. And then another thing I like also, what I believe in also, that you have to teach the people in the ring. Some people used to come in the ring with spike collars. You know what I'm saying? Or they come in the ring and they got a big rope for a leash. You know what I'm saying? You want to school them privately. Not trying to embarrass them. You whisper to them. Get you a show lead. Get you the skinny leash. When you walk the dog, keep it on your left hand side. You know what I'm saying? To work with the people and help the people. And then also, that's like me. When I judge the show, I want to look the part. So when there's a show that I'm judging, I want to be clean. You know what I'm saying? I want to be decked out because I'm representing our breed. Now, if I'm going just to have a good time and hang out, there's jeans and T-shirts, But
there's nothing wrong with that, with jeans and T-shirt.
No, ain't nothing wrong with that at all. I love it. I wear it every day. You know what I'm saying? But, when I'm judging, I want to just, want to look the part. You just put it that way. You know what I'm saying? And the main thing is, like I said, just welcoming people, man, and just letting people know that, they're welcome here and to come back the next time. But we have to school these. A lot of people just don't know, man. We have to school them.
I was going to ask you, man, who are some people that you talk to as far as, like, dealing with the issues of judging, like, when you're talking dogs and aspects of judging?
See, when I used to go to ABKC shows, I used to watch. You know what I'm saying? I used to stand on the sideline, and I would pick who I thought was the winner before the judge, would appoint that person. And then, there was, there's Anthony, who used to be an ABKC show judge. I don't know if he's still judging now. There was Big Rich. There was Marco. He used to do a great job. And then also, Benny and Michelle used to judge also in the ABKC. Certain shows.
And not only that, but UKC, AKC,
yep.
They were involved with.
You could do with Dog Show. Benny and Michelle have had dogs that's one day you could do with Dog Show. Some of their amp staffs. So I followed them, and then we used to fly them out to Colorado, where I used to throw a show in Colorado with one of my friends, and fly them out to judge that show. So I used to watch them, stand on the sideline. Like I say, I like, whoever I'm with, I tell them, okay, dog number 3 gonna take your watch, and just to see how, my opinion was comparing to whoever was judging at the time. So that's how I used to work it.
for people that might not know, Manuel. No, I was going to ask him, for people that might not know, Manuel, what dogs are accepted? What breeds are accepted with the USBR right now?
Oh, USBR, man. We have the American Bullies, of course, all classes. And then we also Frenchies, English Bulldogs, American Bulldogs, and like I said, all categories of American Bullies. Matter of fact, we had a little black Brindle Frenchie that won Best in Show when I was judging. Beautiful little dog. Yeah. So, just bully breeds. Has a nice American Bulldog there too. So.
English Bulldog, yeah, I was going to say English Bulldog, French Bulldog.
Yeah, for American Bulldogs. American Bulldogs.
Do you know sometime in the future you're going to accept other breeds of bullies?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. So
okay.
With USBR, one thing I like about the USBR, they're flexible. You can come up with an idea, and they'll sit around and talk about it, man, and they're incorporated. That's what I like about the USBR, which is different, in my opinion, from some of the other registries.
Oh, go ahead, Mike.
I think as bully owners, in terms of registries, I think all bully people should represent it. Go out to shows, support the shows, go out there, just go take a look, regardless, man, of the breed. If they don't accept your dog because of the bloodline or whatever, go to one that accepts it. You know what I mean? Like, don't go to a show like that they don't accept your dogs. You know what I mean? Or they don't accept you. Go to a registry that accepts you. You know what I mean? Like, okay, cool. Like, some shows are bigger than others, man. But just like anything else, man, it takes time to grow. And I think people should represent the breed better than what they're doing right now. Because some people represent the breed by posting up on Facebook. That's not representing the breed. You know what I mean? Some people might love my dog. Some people might hate my dogs. Some people right now might be like, this guy is fucking out of his mind, talking out of his ass like he knows what he's talking about. I'm the best breed in the world. I'll do whatever I want. That's fine. That's your opinion. Do whatever you want. Me personally, I say we all should like stick together better kind of than what it's going right now, because it's out of control. Like, there's some people that are just faking it till they make it, you know what I mean? And they're just burning people. And some people deserve to get burned because, you know what, they bought off an impulse. They didn't take that time. They didn't call up people and speak to people and say, yo, can you do me a favor? Can you go check out this dog? Give me your honest opinion. It's like people are so quick to buy off of the hype, and I think better quality dogs would be established and created if people went out to shows or whichever registry, go out and support a registry. Not necessarily you got to go on the show ring, because not every dog is a show dog. There's other dogs that are utilized for tools to make, whatever bully breed you have or whatever dog you have just in general. You know what I mean? Some person might think they have it and they really don't. They might go to a show and they say, you know what, I got to put this in my program. Not saying they got to go on the show ring, but go to a show. Just go out there and speak to some people. You might meet your next best friend. You might meet your next enemy. You know what I mean? But there's some people out there that are just snakes, and they do people dirty, and that's why a lot of people have ran away, because people have been done dirty. People got things to say but never owned a dog, never done anything. Or when you question them on a dog, it's like, mind your business. Don't breed to that dog. This dog got this, and this. It's like everybody got an opinion like they have an asshole. Just go out, have fun, man. Breed to whatever you want. If that's cool, if you want to breed a dog with 3 legs and have 1 eye, and if that's what you like, that's cool. I'm going to respect you because that's what you want. You got to deal with the consequences of the aftermath. You might have cost you $2,000 to make that dog, and you might have sold the dog for $5,000. When that rear goes out, that dog has a heart murmur, and your kids are traumatized by losing one of their family members, and they got to see that. Shame on you. Whoever's listening in right now, shame on you, man. Step your game up. Produce better quality dogs. That's not saying go put down your dog because it has a high rear, you know what I mean? Go fix some of these dogs. Some of these dogs don't even be loved. They're so quick to take the money from people, but they don't want a pitting contract. This dog is not for breeding. Or they'll say, this dog is not for breeding. I'm selling it without papers. Fix the dog so you know they're not going to paper hang the dog.
That's true. Let's see one thing about the ABKC. I can say, man, the ABKC, well, we used to throw nationals out here in Cali, dude, back in the day. was some of the best shows I've ever been to, man, because there'll be 4,000-5,000 people, man, and all the big name dogs would come out, man, and, you know, everybody would come from, you know, different states and, you know, hang out, man, and have a great time, man. Now, those were the days.
Now, how long ago were those days? I'm just curious.
Man, probably
700 days ago, 1,400 days ago, 4 years ago?
Probably 6 to 8 years ago. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think in your mind can be done to help the community in general? Not just the registry, but just to help the community in general. To get to those days, you know what I mean, where people enjoy going and being around other people and going to big show and you know, getting the people to come out and support each other.
Man. Communication, man. People got to learn how to communicate. There's a lot of problem we have nowadays. People don't know how to communicate. Brothers don't know how to talk to each other.
Yeah, that's because they're on Facebook and Instagram. That's because they're on Facebook and Instagram too much, talking reckless when they could just pick up the phone. It's like when people text me, it's like, don't text me, call me so I can speak to you. Come meet me in person so I can look at you in the eyes and talk to me. Right. You know, don't get tough with me on the phone. Don't burn me because you're on the phone and think that I can't catch you. That's not a threat. You know what I mean? But it's just have respect for yourself. Do good by people who do good by you.
And learn how to give respect. You know, so you always want respect in return, but you have to give it first. You know, that's another thing, man.
What about some people that might say, oh, you got to earn your respect?
No.
I always say you give the person respect first. And they disrespect you, then you take it to...
that's a brand new ball game. And then it doesn't matter, you know, who you are, where you're from, dude. When you come to a dog show, man, it should be all about unity. Because, you know, some break off, people don't understand, dude. There's people there with their children, their wives. You know what I'm saying? People can act crazy at the show, man. Anything can happen, man. Then they say, you know, a kid has gotten hurt. You know, you hurt a kid, man. It's going to be a big problem. So people got to get some act right. You know what I'm saying? They need to study up.
Yeah, they need a drink of act right. Exactly. They need like a little shot of act right. Somebody needs to make it. You take it and you learn to act right. It's called Ritalin. If you don't know how to act at a show, take some Ritalin or something and learn to.
You should come to a show to have a good time. That should be the only reason to come to a show is to have a good time. And any other
you know what I noticed too? Sometimes everybody walks around like they got the best dog. You know what I mean? Or, I got a better dog, or I've seen better. Man, that's cool. Because in your eyes, you got the best dog. In my eyes, I got the best dog. You know, at the end of the day, these are, if people would network together, there would be better dogs.
You could create.
But some people are just so anal just for the money, and they don't even know what they have, and they don't care. They just whore it out. Like, it's crazy, man. They'll tell you one thing. I always say action speaks louder than words. You know, people say, Mike, I'm your boy, this, and that, and then they go burn me.
Right.
And it's like, yo, your actions don't speak for your words. You could tell me whatever you want, but your actions speaks louder than your words.
Yeah.
You know, and I think people's actions gotta, you know, sometimes they get the reaction that they deserve. Like, they don't know how to deal with people. Like treat people good, man.
People don't understand, dude, that there are no perfect dogs. Every dog that's out there, dude, you know, has a flaw in one area or another, man. So by you thinking you have the best dog, believe me, dude, that's a dog you haven't even seen yet. That's in somebody's backyard right now. It looks better than what you have.
That's right, in the backyard. You know, and that's what I used to see back in the day, in the backyard. And there's people still to this day who got dogs. Man, let me tell you, I was impressed, man. I don't get impressed a lot, but I was impressed today, man. I went to my boy's house, and let me tell you, man, I've seen the pups that he has, and I was like, wow, man, if people only knew, why don't you even market them, advertise them? He's like, man, you know, I just build these dogs for me. And I'm like, yo, put them out there, man. Put some of them dogs in other people's hands. He's like, man, the problem is I put some of these dogs in other people's hands. You know, look how it is. You know, some people just want to just burn these dogs, man. They want to use them, abuse them, and whore them out, man. You can't do that, man. You can't do that, man. You got to do right by people. You got to keep your word, man. Keep your word. If somebody gives you a dog for $3,000-$4,000 and tells you, yo, give me $500 and make payments, keep your word, man.
Yep. And another thing, too, whatever money you make off your dogs, put them back into your dogs. Put that money back into your dogs. You know, taking care of your
not
health
all
care.
the money, not all the money, not all the money. Because some people
you still got to take care of yourself also. But
yeah,
I know people that sell dogs do it and don't even want to go buy a new color. You know what I'm saying? Still buying pedigree dog food. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, never, bro. They should never do that, bro.
But I'm just saying, some of that money needs to go back into your dogs, man, for your health care license. Shots. Be prepared in case animal control knock on your door. You know what I'm saying?
Forget about even animal control. Prepare if your dog gets cancer. Prepare if your dog has a heart murmur, it has hip dysplasia. Prepare to pay $5,000 to $10,000 at a drop of a dime. Prepare that if your dog is pregnant and something happens, prepare that you got to go to the vet and spend several $1,000s. Have always a couple of $1,000s. I see people do breedings; they don't even got no money. That's cool. That's cool. You don't have to have money, but sometimes people don't have the money and they don't have the care or the consideration whether the dogs live or die. You know what I mean? Like,
they don't have money for the C-section, so they're going to turn the dog loose somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and it's sad, man. Some of these dogs, they don't know nothing. They don't know better, man. Like, we go to dog shows, everybody says, oh, it's about the dogs, it's about the dogs. No, it's not. It's about the owner. It's about the wife. It's about the sacrifice that people jump in their car, pick gas. Gas is not 99 cents a gallon like it was 5 years ago. People take the time and dedication. Yeah, exactly. $450, $485, and like I drive Navigators, I drive BMWs, I drive big cars, 8-cylinder cars that drink gas. I might go to a show, it might be $20 for entrance. It might have cost me $120 just to get to that show, just going there. And then people don't have no respect for people, and then they want to outcast people, look at people a certain way, man. If people trying to help you, man, like there's nothing wrong with somebody using somebody to help them, but there's another thing to abuse somebody. You know what I'm saying? I want to see everybody do good. I don't wish no malice on anybody. Even people who do like me and don't like me, I don't care, man. I just want to see you happy. I want to see everybody happy. Don't try to hate on me because I want to see you do good. I want to see everybody do good.
And work together with each other. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, people, man, same people that struggle that you helped when they first got started, now they have a nice dog, dude, and they won't work at you at all. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's crazy, right? It's crazy, right? It's crazy. That's what people are supposed to do. You're supposed to look out for your brothers, your sisters. Exactly. They say blood is blood, regardless. Like, you can have a fist fight with your brother, your mother, your father, but at the end of the day, I tell people, man, that's that guy's father. That's that guy's mother. Don't ever disrespect him. Let him disrespect him if he wants to, but you should never do that because that's that person's family member. You know what I mean? Like, you're just their friend. They can have a fist fight, stab each other, shoot each other. It's happened a lot of times with people. Stab each other, shoot each other, all kind of shit within their family. But friends sometimes are supposed to look out better than family members. When you look out for somebody and you help them to put them on their feet and put money in their family's table, when you eating chicken and now you eating steak and lobster, take care of that person. Look out for that person. Zeb goes out and Zeb records everybody. He talks to everybody and anybody on the side of the ring, in the ring. Now, people make comments like, why are you recording people outside the ring? You need to focus on the ring. Did you pay him? Did you pay him to record? Have you seen all of the hours and hours, tons of hours? You probably go play through his video. It'll play 2 weeks straight. You know what I mean? 24 hours a day. He's done that numerous times, man. Registries, everybody, man. And these people don't even say thank you, man. Other people go and charge people, $25 a picture, $50 to get on the video, and then they thank them, and they share their video and share the stuff. But when this man goes and does it, these people won't share it, but they'll go hire somebody else. You know what I'm saying? This man is documenting the breed. He got a family. He has a job. He takes off of his job on a weekend to go to a show. So give the man respect. Tell him thank you. Tell him thank you. You know what I'm saying? Share his video. Don't go out and be selfish and hate on the next man. I always tell somebody, competition is good because that helps bring bigger. People fighting over, this guy's stepping on my toes because he's jumping on my video. He's jumping on this. Oh, he's talking to my customer. Oh, this and this. Man, if we all work together, we will all make this bigger and better outside of the community. People so confused. Man, I get tagged literally, Manuel, a day. I don't know how many times you get tagged a day, but I literally get tagged a day with like 40, 50 kennels. These people don't even hit check, like on my stuff, nothing. but they'll go and they'll tag me with their puppies and hoarding out their dogs. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. And the minute that you tag them, they go flag you to Facebook. Oh, this guy, oh, no, he ain't trying to go make money on my page. That ain't happening. You know, it's like, come on, man. Like, have some little respect for everybody, man.
Support each other.
Go out there, you want to tag the person? Man, it's crazy, man. Work together. Call people. Yo, how you doing? How's everything going? Yo, you're going to show, what dogs you have coming up, what breedings. Everybody's so focused on money. I mean, money is the all root of evil. But, man, like, there's some people that there was friendships, and as soon as the money comes along, they shit all over them. Because they've never seen money before, and they don't know how to act.
Yep.
They need some of that get right in their life.
That's it. So, Zeb, what's going to be your next move, dog?
Zeb fell asleep there. Zeb, are you there? Zeb was like, hell with Mike, so we're going to keep it pushing. Zeb fell asleep. You know, like this is the thing, Manuel. You know, what I would like to see, me personally, I would like to see more unity. And what I mean, and what I mean by unity is, I mean people actually going out and saying hello to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Invite them to a show. They've never been to a show. Don't judge a show off of one show. Go to different shows. Go to different registries. You know, go to RKC, go to ABKC, go to UKC. Go out there. Support all of them if you can. You know what I mean? And it's cool. If you just want to support one registry, that's cool. But don't knock somebody else because they put up a flyer, they're breeding exotics. Or some of these people bred American bullies, and they got out of it, and now they're breeding French bulldogs, English bulldogs. They moved on because they've dealt with all the burning, and they're tired of it. And they're tired of the people puppy milling and taking their blood and watering it down and selling dogs for lower than them and doing wrong by the breed.
Man, I know there's a whole lot of guys, man, that stop breeding bullies. You know,
and it's sad, right? It's sad, right?
Yep.
And then some people say, oh, it's just that they couldn't hang. No, it's not that they couldn't hang. They were tired of being done dirty.
Yeah. That's it.
You know, people go out there and put their lives on the line. People have taken money out of their houses to buy dogs, taking money out of their kids' mouth, their family's mouths to buy a dog, and come to find out now they love this dog. And forget about the dog not turning out to what they thought it was going to be. Because if you ask everybody, they thought the dog was going to be this, it was going to be that, it was going to be the next best thing since sliced bread. Man, if you believe that in your mind, then you're stupid. You know what I mean? Like, if the dog comes out like that, that's cool. But at the end of the day, you got to know how to breed or you got to know how to buy a dog. Some people just buying these dogs off of hype, you know, because this dude got more likes, this dude got more videos, this guy got better pictures. You know, like, go out and speak to some of these people. There's a lot of people out there that people don't even know about that are breeding some badass dogs. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about exotics and micros.
Yeah,
Manuel.
You back, huh?
Yeah.
Don't try to act Zev like you coming in now and you want to ask a question or rude and cut me off. We'll be like, hello, Zev, come in, Zev.
No, I had technical difficulty. Yeah, I was going to ask you, I got a two-part question because I want to go back to an earlier conversation that you had where you said, like, the biggest shows 6 years ago with ABKC, with the 5,000. Because you talk to a lot of people out there, why do you think that it dropped off and a lot of people started to rejuvenate or migrate over to other registries? In your opinion?
Back then,
because you said you had a big turnout over the weekend.
Yeah, we had a real good turnout at the USBR Cinco de Mayo show. I mean, there were people everywhere, man. Like I said, there was nowhere to park. I had to park my car way back in the corner somewhere behind a dumpster. I had to say up front.
Now, Manuel, hold on. Was it a place that holds like 40 people? Because some people might be like, oh, man, he's talking about 40 people. Like, you know what I mean? Was it like 4, 5, 6, 7, 800, 1,000 people, 2,000 people?
I would probably say at least 1,000.
That's good. That's great.
Well,
that's beautiful.
That's a big show. That's a big show.
What are people saying to you? What are people saying to you privately about that?
About that particular show?
No, just in general about
the way it used to be.
Yes.
But see, back in the days, all we had was ABKC. So whenever Nationals came around, that's what you look. That's the show you look forward to every year. That's when you got your new banner made. You know what I'm saying? You got your new shirts made. That's where you want to make sure your dog was looking the best he's ever looked. You know what I'm saying, for the show. And people were, I think it was more of a family atmosphere because everybody practically knew everyone that was there. And like I said, people that came from out of state, they knew, from from the Razor's Edge board and all that. The Razor's Edge board, used to be the board that everyone used to be on, back in the day. So everyone at Nationals is when all the big dogs came to town. So if you had any kind of name, or you supposed to be the man, you supposed to be at that show. Now, we have so many different registries out right now. People are just migrating to other registries, and people that are starting these registries have followers. And some of those same people used to be part of the, ABKC following crew, and now they just follow someone else over to another registry.
Or they jump onto another crew, or they jump on to another crew, and they're what I call kennel hoppers. You know what I'm saying? Like they have no vision, and they're always just stealing from the next man their ideas, and then not giving them credit for it.
No, I don't think it's that situation. I just think that they just like I say, have followers. They have a whole lot of friends who the same friends they had when they were part of the ABKC or going to the ABKC shows that same group. You just follow them over to a different registry.
Were people surprised when Michelle left? Were they surprised when Michelle left?
Say again?
Were people surprised when Michelle left?
What, the ABKC?
Yeah.
No, just the people in general. Just the people in general and the ABKC.
No. I'm saying, were people surprised that Michelle left ABKC?
Yes. They were surprised. I was surprised, because they were so, involved and dedicated with ABKC. So, yeah, I was surprised when they left. But, there's enough dogs and there's enough people out there for all of the registries. The main thing is to support each other. Support each other.
When do you see a USBR show on the East Coast? When do you see that happening?
I think that's probably going to happen sometime next year. Our big show, I'm not talking about no, rinky-dink show, but a nice size show. Because the first thing is people need to do is just start getting their dogs registered. Just just start registering your dogs. Like Zaki is registered, UKC, USBR, IBKC, and ABBA. He's registered with 4 registries. So I believe in, a dog being multi registered. That way, if I decide to go to any show in their particular areas, I can show them if I choose to. So people, need to just start registering their dogs, USBR also. I wish I could register that like ABKC. That was my dream. It didn't come to reality, but Don't
use that like that was my dream, like that was a wish and I had a genie bottle, because a lot of people have wished that and they haven't accepted it and they're not going to accept exotics and but they'll say
there's no doubt about that. It's not going to happen.
They'll take their money. The show hosts will take people's money and have them come in, and it's funny that when certain people throw shows, they'll be like, I want exotics to come. I don't care who comes because I got to make this money. But the minute that somebody else throws a show, here they are bashing that they're exotics at shows. You know what I mean? I was like, that's corny to me, man. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Me personally, how can you take a dog that's 13 inches and let's say got a 23-inch head and looks bully as shit or looks like a cartoon character, and compare him to a dog like mine? You know what I mean? Like he looks buff and damn and like in the bully world, people like that short, compact shit. But outside of the bully world, people don't really want that, man. People is like, what you sell them, they'll buy from you because they might like your dog. They don't care about whatever somebody else got. He got the best dog. He got this. He got that. They don't care that. People buy from people they like. In the bully world, people buy from people they hate. I don't understand that. They hate this guy, but they'll go buy a dog from him. They hate this guy's program, but they talk shit about him, but then they'll piss somebody to go buy a dog from him. You know what I mean? Or they'll talk all this shit, and then behind closed doors, I find out that they're breeding to these dogs. You know what I mean? Or they're calling these dogs, and they're pulling wolf tickets. Come on, man. Stop it. You don't got to lie to kick it. Be real. If that's what you want to breed, then stand up and say it. People are so scared to go on the post to say anything.
Yeah, a lot of people.
But they'll inbox you. People got the balls to inbox you, but they won't jump on the post because they're scared who's going to be looking.
A lot of people were surprised when Benny and Michelle left ABKC, you know, but they're excited, you know, to be working with the USBR, and you know they have a lot of people that's following them right now. So I think it's going to be okay.
Let me ask you, man, outside of your yard, because you had a chance to see a lot of dogs outside of your yard, who's one of your favorite studs out there? You like, wow, man, he's really impressive.
Bentley. He loves Bentley. He loves. I just messing around with him. Shit, he calls me all the time. He want to bring to Bentley. He looking for puss and everything. Nah, just kidding, Manuel.
Yeah, number one dog that I've never seen. Remember we were talking about that.
There you go, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'll send you some camera shots tomorrow. What you need? You need 4x6, 7x8? Come on, I got them for you, kid.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there's a lot of dogs out there that I like, man. There's some exotics out there that I like. There's a dog, Black Sheep, out of Phantom. I like him.
Garden State? You talking about the Garden State?
Yeah, from Garden State. Yeah, I like him. Matter of fact, I have a breeding set up with him to go to my two-time Miyagi daughter, Dazagi daughter. I mean, 2 times Miyagi female, who's a Dazagi daughter. I have a breeding already set up with him for Black Sheep. I like him. Like I said, I like all styles, man. Micros, I like Problem. I like him. I like Red. I think his name is Red, the little chocolate dog.
Yeah, he's a real small micro. He's like teacup almost.
Mm-hmm, yeah, I like him. Then I like dogs like Karate Kid, Blue Demon. You know, those style dogs. There's a lot of different dogs I like for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of dogs bring so many different things to the table. So if I have, for instance, if I have a female, you know, that's 17, 18 inches tall, I'm not going to breed it to a 20-inch dog. You know, if I'm trying to...
You just cut it down. You just cut it down. You could just fit it to a 13-inch dog, and you could get a scatter breeding right there.
Right.
And get some low-end dogs.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a large variety of dogs out there that I like, different styles for different reasons. And one thing, what I do truly believe in is that when I do a breeding with dogs for different bloodlines, for a different look, I'm going to always incorporate my blood with that. So I'm bringing my blood back from the generations through, for instance, like with Dazagi. You know, Dazagi's mom was a dog that I produced, Material Girl, who was out of Dax bred to a corrupt daughter. Now, I produced Material Girl, and I produced the corrupt daughter also, who's the name of Ginger and Spice. Now, the corrupt daughter was out of corrupt bred to a Paco daughter. Okay, and the Paco daughter's name was Pacoa of Contagious. You know, and I'm Contagious Pits. So I always bring all the dogs, every dog that I have that I own right now that I produce is 3 or 4 times generation, or either the mother side or the father side. Some on both sides are Contagious Pits. So you can't be on the man. Yeah.
Now I was going to ask you, what's your process in picking a pup? Because everybody's style is different when they pick it.
Different. Yeah, I'm totally different from the average person. Because you know what? The first thing I look at is the run. Man,
that's because he goes back into the pit bull days. That's why he's doing that. He look at the run. Back then, everybody used to go, oh, yeah, let me get the biggest dog out the litter. That's why you have all these scatterbred dogs, so big of dogs, because they're breeding big dogs to big dogs.
Yep.
He going to the run.
Yeah, I
He's got a smaller dog.
I look for the smaller dog who has the girth and the substance of the big dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then also I watch. I'm retired, so I'm home 24/7. So when I have puppies, I'll sit there and watch them for hours. You know, to check out the personalities. You know what I'm saying? Seeing who's being too aggressive, and seeing who's being submissive. You know what I'm saying? I study them.
This way, when somebody calls you to buy a dog, you can say, "Oh, what's your lifestyle? Let me put this dog into your hands because this dog seems like it could fit into your lifestyle." Right? That's how you do it.
What type of dog are you looking for?
Exactly. Yeah. See, now people nowadays, let me just get the first one. Let me get this. They don't even know what they're getting their hands on. You know what I mean? Yeah,
what is
keep on
your
going. I'm
for
sorry.
This dog? Are you planning on showing this dog? Or are you looking for a pet?
Yep.
Or what are you looking
Yep.
for? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's why
I'm looking them to make $100 million.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 people, you know what I mean? Like, money comes along, man. You could do one breeding and make $40,000-$50,000. You know what I mean? Some of these people doing these breedings, and they're just putting a breeding together, and they're wondering why they're making $3,000 to $4,000 on a breeding, and then they won't even take that money and won't put it back into their program. They'll go look for some other somebody giving away a dog or something and try to breed to it, or try to throw a show and even got no money, waiting for people to donate money so they could throw a show. It's a shame.
And then, you know what, and then the hating that's involved in the game, man. I've heard some stories about my dog, man. Oh, man, it's unbelievable. I heard stuff like he can't walk, he has one nut, he has no movement, you know, he's 20 inches tall, he's 9 inches tall, you know, he's 50 pounds. You know, I just laugh, man. I'm like, you want to find out about my dog? You can see, come see for yourself at a dog show. I'll meet you somewhere. You can see for yourself. Then you make your determination.
Thank you. Go out there and take your time and see the dog for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But give it your own opinion. You know, like, people might call me and ask me for my opinion. I might give them my opinion. They might not like my opinion. You know, and they might want to breed the dog. That's their right. That, you know what I mean? They might be looking for a certain trait or characteristics in the dog. You know, everybody has their own preference of what they're looking to do. You know?
Like I said, I'm an honest guy. I can tell you any and everything that's wrong with any of my dogs. What areas they're weak in, what areas they're strong in. You know what I'm saying? Because I study dogs. You know, some people, you know, think that there's absolutely nothing wrong with their dog. They're perfect from A to Z. You know, that's the biggest lie ever told. Yeah. Biggest lie ever told.
The funny part is somebody will go say, oh, the dog got an underbite or got a king tail. Oh, it's no good. I got to get rid of it. All right, it's like the dog doesn't mean necessarily that it can be a breeding tool. You know what I mean?
You can work that. You take it to a dog that's strong in those areas.
Yeah, or some people might have east to westy. They got it because they put up down a big bowl or something. Or it's just like certain people don't know how to get rid of certain traits, you know? And certain people just breed for certain traits, and that's why they're lost. You know, they don't know what they're doing. They might pit 2 dogs together that got good shoulders, but they got horrible rears, you know, but because that dog is selling at the time, or like, you know, it's funny, I'll see on Facebook, like right now, I feel it's to a point where people want to hide their dogs. They don't want to bring out their dogs. And the reason why they don't want to bring out their dogs is because, you know, they don't want to show the development of their dog is because people are so quick to criticize their dog, you know what I mean? And they want to bring their dog out at the right time.
Either every picture they posted up, their dog has been photoshopped, and they don't want people to see the real deal.
Yeah.
They don't want people to see the real deal.
Yeah. They'll take pictures of their dog. Hold on. They'll take pictures of their dog that's 5 months, have 2,000 pictures sitting in the cut, and then they'll go post them up a year and a half later, and then they're showing the dog, and people are like, yeah, that dog looks like this. I'm like, yeah, tell the dude to go get a newspaper, take a picture with the dog with today's date on it. They can't do that. I ain't going to do all of that. Yeah, but you going to send me the money or what?
Yeah, really.
Go get a wicker stick, put it on your dog. Oh, I got to do all of that? Go get it. I don't got a wicker stick. Go get a measuring tape. But they're quick to ask for five. See, that's what I think about Americans. Americans have gotten so lazy, you know what I mean? It's just so, some people make easy money so quick that they, you know, when a real buyer comes along, now you got certain window shoppers that all they want to do is window shop. A year and a half later, they're still window shopping. You know what I mean? And they're not even a buyer. They don't even have the money. You know, so before you go and hit tag or PM, whoever's listening, you know, make sure you got money in your account. So maybe the guy might say, you know what, give me $1,000 for the dog. Give me $500 for the dog. You don't even respond back to the person. Why? Because you know what, you just playing games with people. You know, you just wasting people's time.
Yeah.
When people call you, Manuel, do they even really know what they want?
Some people do. Some people don't. What I find amazing with my boy Dazagi, usually when I have a stud, you know, people are looking for female puppies. But with Dazagi, I get more phone calls for males, you know, which is crazy to me because I've never had that before.
Yeah, they're looking for males because they want the next Daxagi. It's like when people breed to Dax, and they be like, oh, I'm going to get Dax. I'm like, you stupid. You breeding to Dax thinking you're going to get Dax. You're stupid. You're supposed to breed to the dog for the traits of the dog, and then you know you're not going to get a replica. Come on, man. Everybody be running around with the same dogs. We'll all be having dogs that look like German Shepherds. Even if you go to a show that has a German Shepherd and has 20 dogs and your dog is there, you could spot your dog out of those 20 dogs. Mm-hmm. It'll be the slightest little thing, but you'll know how to notice your dog.
Yeah, you know your dog.
Exactly.
Yeah. like I said, 21 Blackjack was the biggest, one of the craziest freaks I ever seen, man. And I've never seen a duplicate. You know what I'm saying? And 21, he had a lot of kids.
And he bred 21 Blackjack shitload of times. And he bred into Richard Barajas' yard and still didn't replicate. It's because people don't understand, man. When people call these people, they're like, I want to get this dog. If you calling that person to get that dog, you're stupid. You might get a dog that'll replicate that dog and it looks like him or resembles him, but you ain't going to get the exact same.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's the beautiful thing about the American Bully. I seen somebody post up the other day. They said the American Bully is like playing a game of craps. You know, either you hit a 7 or you hit 11 or you crap out. I'm like, that kind of sucks. Because if you're telling people that, you're just burning them for their money. How are you going to say it's like rolling crap?
Saying good luck.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, give me 10 grand. Yo, hold on. Before you leave the door, let me roll these crap. Oh, 7, nigga. You look like you're going to hit. Come on. You can't do that to people. You can't keep on taking their money. That's why this is all messed up right now, because people are not doing these high-end caliber breedings, and they're not looking out for these small kennels. Some of these people just go into these big kennels thinking they're going to get the messiah of the dog world. Come on, stop it, bro. Like, look at the small kennels, too. There's a lot of people that put in work out there. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that spend big money out there and look at dogs, you know, and spend the money. There's big kennels that just don't care. They'll just breed anything, and they know it's going to sell. And people buying the crap.
I tell people, you don't have to own 10 acres, have 30 kennels and 50 dogs to produce nice dogs.
No, that's quality and quantity. There's a difference. There's a difference. There's some people that have to mass produce because that's what they're selling is on mass productions. You know, so they'll sell a dog at $1,000, but they're doing fucking 50 breeders.
Everything I've done in the bully game, I've done it with 3 kennels and a dog run. You know, in a nice, quiet neighborhood with association and all that. You know what I'm saying? People watching like crazy, but it's not quantity, it's quality. You know what I'm saying?
Man, with the time winding down, Manuel, what would you like for people to know about your kennel, Daxagi, and the whole USBR movement?
Hey, no.
Well, my kennel is Contagious Pits. Okay, I'm the owner and producer of Daxagi. I believe in raising and producing quality family-raised dogs that are great with kids, and they're still protection dogs. You go in my backyard, every dog I have in my backyard will, let you know someone's back there. Okay, and with the USBR movement, man, is that I think we're going to change the game with the USBR, being that all bloodlines are welcome. So we'll get, a large variety of different types of dogs, different looking dogs. And then everyone, that owns these bullies, can feel at home when they come to the dog show. If you choose to, to show your dog, you can. If not, because a lot of times I go to the dog show, it's just to hang out, and hang out with my friends.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and we barbecue and, just have a good time, walk around, greeting everyone, and just hang out. And another thing, too, I have 2 sons. They have their own kennels. One is Little Mayo, which is HFL Bullies, and the other one is Debo, with Showing Off Pit Bulls. Those are my boys that have their own kennels. They used to be part of Contagious Pits, but once they got older, I told them, all right, it's time for you guys to leave the nest. And,
you guys ain't gonna ride off my kennel. You do you. Yeah, that's there ain't nothing wrong with that. I got an 18-year-old son. I told my 18-year-old son, listen, you want to breed dogs, you can make money in the future. I'll give you your startup money. You can get the dogs, let me look at them, but I won't dip in your pockets. You don't need to dip in mine.
Right. That's it. I told him it's time to get off the daddy's coattails.
Teach a man how to give a man a fish, and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime.
There you go. I like that one.
And that's the problem. And that's the problem nowadays. Everybody expects for people to just throw the fish at them every day. Mm-hmm. They're not going out there and they're not putting in that work. You know.
You guys, people don't understand with this breed, dog. You need to sit around, for hours, dude, weeks, months, man, when you get ready to do a breeding. Do your homework. If you're going to put 2 dogs together, go back and check and see how the productions came out of people in the past who've done those type of breedings. How did they come out? How did the dogs come out? How did they look?
But sometimes Manuel, that don't even work. Sometimes you just got to do it yourself, and it'll come out something totally different.
Yeah. That's like you doing repeats. They're not going to come out the same. You know,
Yep.
I've known people that have done
breedings.
Yeah.
You want to hear something funny, Manuel? Somebody asked me, why would you do repeat breedings? I go, why wouldn't you do repeat breedings? First of all, on some dogs you have the constant consistency. Some dogs you have the total opposite that comes out. It might be something that you thought you was going to keep before, and now you got something else that came out that you really want to keep. So now you keep both dogs, and you can use them in your program. And they both came off the same mother and father. That's what people don't understand in terms of breeding. That's the beautiful part. It's called experience. Experience, my friend.
Every breeding that you do, people don't understand is an experiment.
Each
and every breeding, because you don't know, like I said earlier, you don't know what genes are going to dominate.
That's
you don't know
right.
what's going to come out of there. You can have a breeding, like I said, with a show-looking dog and an extreme dog, or a show dog and an exotic dog in the same litter. But sometimes it'll go back 2 or 3 generations and pull that look up. So you never know.
Once again, I want to thank Manuel Haynes for coming on tonight, judge for the USBR, owner of Daxagi, many years of experience involved with the bully community, and I just really appreciate him coming on tonight. I want to thank Mike for coming in, co-hosting tonight. That's my man. Mike,
get it in. Turn it up. Turn it up. Turn it up.
You know, Mike can talk for hours.
You ain't lying. Mike can talk for hours. This show can go on all night.
And you know what? And we got to, and let me tell you something. We got the listeners to prove it because my inbox is crazy. People won't check and share, but I got about 20 windows open right now, so I know we hot.
Good.
I know they're loving it.
I appreciate you guys.
Hey man, I can't wait, man. See how things turn out, man. But like I said, I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming on tonight. Thanks, Mike. All right, take care.
Man, appreciate it, man. Thank you guys a lot, man.
Oh, can I shout out anybody?
Man, have a good day. Have a good night, rather.
Can I shout out anybody? I want to shout out everybody who's positive and the whole movement of the bully breed. I want to shout out all the people who I helped before. I hope you make it in life. I want to shout out all the people that owe me money. If you owe me money, pay me. If I done right by you and you done wrong by me, you got my phone number. You know how to pick up the phone and be a man and say sorry.
Get him. That's right.
Straight up.
Keep it real.
Oh,
yeah, I'm dead ass real.
I want to thank all of my listeners also.
All right. Thank y'all for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
All right.
Okay, love.
All right. Take care.
Okay, later.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank each and every one for tuning in tonight, getting a little insight. Well, man, a lot of knowledge tonight. Shout out to everybody who's supporting the show. If you like the show, to share and let others know about it, man. And once again, we go out on a positive note as we do every Sunday night. Thank you all for tuning in. God bless.